Hello once again to all our dear friends, our supporters, our stakeholders, the faculty, staff, students, alumni of Foundation University, and all those who have been watching us over the years. This is another Thursday, and we are here once again. We hope you have made Thursdays as your regular habit because we are right here on Channel 6 of Filproducts TV-Dumaguete, and we are also being streamed live on the Facebook page of Foundation University. We are on iGreyhound, and this is something that we always make sure that this is going to be an enjoyable one, something that you would really learn from, and also we pick our guests so that we can certainly engage with them. So for tonight's episode, friends, I am talking with champions. They are champions. So this is a big and tall order for me because can you imagine that? I am in the midst of those who made it big in a particular competition or a pitch that these ladies, and later on they will also be joined by their other members, have been doing or have done already. So may I introduce them to all of you? I'd like to start off with a lady immediately to my left. She's no stranger to iGreyhound because we have had her here in the past, but of course it was on a different capacity. May I introduce to all our televiewers, Miss Minella Laro. Hi, Minella.
Hi, ma'am. Hello, everyone who are watching out there. I'm Minella E. Laro, and I'm from the College of Hospitality Management.
Yes,
Hello, everyone.
Thank you
it's
very
good
much.
to be back here.
Yes, we will get to know you more, Minella, in a
Yes,
little while.
indeed.
Yes. And beside Minella here is Cyprian Julian Valencia. Yes, and like Minella, she's also part of the group that made it as one of the or the champion of a particular competition that they had participated in. So may I ask you, ladies, how did you come about to this particular undertaking? In other words, how were you picked? Where did this all start? Maybe Minella first.
First, ma'am, our dean asked us if we are able to compete in our first competition that was held here in Foundation University. So our that competition is all about innovation hours. It's a workshop, but at the same time, it's also a competition. Mm-hmm. So our coaches was Mr. Cyril, mm-hmm. and of course, we also have a guest speaker from Austin.
This is Mr. Cyril Mapula, no?
Yes, Mr. Cyril Mapua, and also our guest speaker from Austin, Texas, mm-hmm. Mr. Gary Anderson. Mm-hmm. And it's really fun, and we learned a lot from that workshop. And after that, we used it like as our advantage, and also an opportunity for us to learn.
So it was the same group, Cyprian, no?
Yes.
that had composed this particular undertaking.
Yes.
So that started here at Foundation University.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So perhaps you can explain, Cyprian, what your project is.
For the our project is entitled Project Ahon, and it is a salvavida. It's a hot dog salvavida that we can actually it can say like if there's a flood, so the people will use this as a like the salvavida, and also
or a lifesaver.
Yeah, okay. And with that, our salva is not just ordinary salvavida, but we have a compartment that we can put all our valuable things, and also a first aid kit, and like what we call that, like rescue kit, like the whistles, a flashlight, and something that we can use during the flash flood.
Okay, so the competition, if we may call it as such, no, because you made a pitch. So in other words, this is your project, is on specifically on climate change. Yes, but of course, climate change is such a broad topic, so we can like taper it down, no, and maybe specify the particular area that you would be focusing on. So yours is disaster
risk
reduction management.
Okay, that's why you have the Salvavida Project
Ahon.
Ahon. Okay, Ahon is Bisaya, right?
Yes.
Ahon is like
to float.
Yeah, to
Something
float.
like that.
Yes,
save.
or to save. Yes, get me out of the water. No.
Yes.
So ahon tayo. Yeah, something like that. That's really interesting. No. So in other words, because the issue, it's a societal concern, really. No, climate change. disaster risk reduction is something that you, no, as young people, should also be very much aware of. And the competition is among the youth, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
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 Okay. Now tell us about the competition proper after you have I think emerged, no, as the representative from Foundation University, and how you went about, no, defending, so to speak, your pitch. Yeah, Minella.
So first, we are grouped by 3, but mostly with our fellow students from our departments. And when we went to the workshop, to our first workshop here in FU, we didn't expect that they would divide us into different groups. Then we would partner up with different departments.
Yeah.
So we were like, how are we going to do this? With my department, we already planned what we're going to do. Not literally the intensive planning, but just plan things out. And then when we went to the competition, we were divided to different groups. And a lot of things happened. Everything went fast, and I'm really glad that when with my group, with the other departments, we got along together. We actually expected that we would argue a lot of things because we're from different departments, and our topic is more about finding the problem and making a solution about it. So in my department, we have different problems in our industry, and for my other teammates, he or she has other problems with his or her industry. And yes, I'm really thankful for them because I did not expect that we would understand each other. And with that, actually, during that competition, me and my team were champions, and so forth. Miss Vinny contacted us to join another competition. So I thought, why not?
Miss Vinny is,
Yes,
please complete her name so that our viewers can
Miss
also better, Vinny Grace, no?
Yes, Vinny
okay,
Grace.
yeah. She's working with us now at Foundation University. Yeah, so she's your coach, of course, no? Yeah, so I was about to ask this. In other words, because you come from various departments, I can understand your dilemma. Okay, and how did you go about it then, Cyprian?
Actually, like, this is my first time that my team is so very, they listened every suggestion and anything that we came from experience. But for us to came up a one idea, we should like one by one share an experience or any idea to contribute to come up one idea, like how we what we call that, how we produce a product or a project or anything that we can to be pitched and something like. But there are actually like there are so very like I am their all youngest, so for them they are so very like proactive and something like that.
Okay,
then, and also they consider many ideas, and also they what they call that, like, they approach us like that we should not be shy because it's my first time and I have stage frights. And also, I'm afraid to talk other people that I didn't know.
Yeah, one of the key words is just listening.
Yeah, okay.
Since we are really aware that we came from different different departments.
Right. So Minella is with the College of Hospitality Management. You're taking tourism management.
HRM.
Which is hotel and restaurant management. Yes. And then for Cyprian here, you're a biology student. Fourth year for Minella.
And then I'm the second year.
Second year, okay. But again, I am curious because you did not quite expect that you would be paired off or be grouped with other students from other disciplines. No?
True.
It was perhaps easier when you joined the competition here or the forum here at Foundation because you were all grouped according to your discipline or your college or your department. No? But then, as you had mentioned, as you had described it, little did you know that you would be grouped with others. But isn't that more challenging, Minella?
For me, Mom, it's challenging, but also like exciting at the same time because I am looking forward. I looked forward to their ideas. I want to listen what's the problem with their industry, and maybe instead of contrasting it, how about we can complement it, right?
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, but of course, you also need to emphasize
Yes.
the discipline that you are coming
So
from, no?
with that, what we did first is ask them, what's your problem in your industry, so that we can listen, and then we can complement it to our problem also. So we did that.
Yeah. Is Project Ahon your original concept or project, Cyprian, of the group?
Of the group, actually, it's no. Project Ahon is like it's not our first.
Okay.
Actually, it's on the spot idea. At first, before we met, like online.
Yeah.
Yes, and we the only thing is like while we reading the guidelines, we saw there like about the climate innovation, and under the climate innovation we need to choose either CDRRM, health and education.
Okay.
Education.
So
And
CDRRM is disaster.
Disaster risk.
Disaster risk reduction
Yes, okay.
management.
Okay,
And then our first idea was just like I think it's a floating, something like
Yeah,
floating
but
device.
It's actually more on climate change, like broad, like
Yeah.
because we did not know that we can choose
Okay.
between health, education, and
yes,
DRRM.
yes,
So
okay.
yes, our first idea is more likely the broader scope.
Yes.
Since the competition is just all about ideas, so
Yeah.
we did not know if it's feasible or not. As long as we have the idea,
Yeah.
that's
And
our,
also,
Yeah.
we have 1 day preparation.
yes, 1 day preparation. So
Before the competition.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
okay.
Then it's our first time that we meet like personally.
yeah,
Personally,
Yeah,
at
or-
that moment na
Okay.
competition.
Although we
in the
met
morning.
at the workshop,
Shop,
but being with them,
Yes.
Sander here, one of my teammates, he's one of my teammates.
He'll be interviewed later on.
Yeah,
Yes,
so-
okay.
Yeah, I've met him, and with them, I think it's my first time
Yeah.
grouped with them.
Yeah. Okay, so for you, Cyprian, because you're a biology
Yes,
student, in other words, there are you have courses in your curriculum,
Yes.
no, that would also tackle about climate change, about disaster risk, and so on. But specifically, deep inside you, no, how did you like embrace this idea of coming up with a project and also contributing your part as a biology student?
Actually, as a biology student, but first I have the idea based on my experience during Typhoon Adat.
Okay.
So Bai City was the
A prone
Because
area.
a prone
Oh,
area
yeah.
of that Baguio Adat, and it's our experience and also one of the experience of my classmate that she almost like died at time. But then it comes up like climate change is very serious nowadays.
yes.
And then we didn't expect that Bai City will experience that phenomenon. Like it's so very shocking.
Yeah.
At first we only saw that kind of news from other, like from Luzon or Mindanao. I didn't expect that we will experience that. And then from that experience, I came up an idea that if we cannot save or we cannot prevent climate change, why not to make an innovation that save our lives?
Yeah,
So
or prepare for it,
prepare for
because
us,
of the
yes.
eventuality that it will really come. Yes,
yes.
okay. Yeah, we remember, of course, Typhoon Odette, no? 2 years ago, sometime in
Yes,
December.
year 2021.
Yes, that's correct. Not 2 years ago, sometime in December.
December 16?
Yes, okay, yeah. We remember Bai City, no? We were all in shock because little did we realize that Bais could be disaster prone, no? So first time, I think, no? In years.
Yes, in years, Bai City was in that damage.
Yes, right. But at least now Bais has picked up, no?
Yes.
From where they left off. Yeah, very nice. And then for Minella, tourism management. Or hotel and restaurant management. Yes, hotel and restaurant management. That's your major, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So where do you come in? You were mentioning about concerns in your industry.
Yeah, so I told them one of the concerns here in our industry is all about food waste. but it's really not. Food waste at the same time it can also be connected to climate change.
Okay.
So with that, because of our waste, especially in our industry, since it's also broad, it also causes climate change, and we somehow decided to connect it, tone it down a bit, since we are really aware that our country is prone to flooding. So why not make something out of it? And of course, we consider the fact that during DRRMs, the number one priority is us humans to be saved. But how about our belongings?
Yes.
So,
Properties.
Yes,
no?
properties. So that if there's a flood going on, at least we won't be worried what will happen next. What will happen to our belongings? Not literally the big ones, but just important valuables like small things, because it really it will matter to us.
And your project really also has something like something where you can place your valuables here, or a first aid kit, for example. But food, Minella, because you mentioned food, no, and it's part of your industry. Food is also very essential.
Yes, true.
But between food and properties or belongings, what would you pack first?
I think if you're talking about survival, I think I would go first with the needs, like food, money, clothes, something like that, important. At least I won't, if I'll start again, not everything would. I'm not going to start from zero. At least there's something left for me if I were a victim of.
Yes, while you were preparing for that project, no, I'm pretty certain that you talked about many possibilities, perhaps many scenarios, no? And looking at you ladies, and in fact your fellow members would also be interviewed later on, no? So no need to worry, because they will also be speaking for their own selves. But what went on in your mind while you were doing this? Did you feel some panic, or perhaps, what will happen to us in the future? We're preparing for something. What went on in your mind? Maybe Cyprian first.
For me, I didn't panic or something. I'm just I'm curious on what will happen, knowing that we have climate change, and also knowing that if we don't innovate, what will happen? So I'm just curious on what are the possible outcomes in the future if there's a serious things or phenomenon will happen to us.
Yes, right. That's a very good word, no? How can we innovate? Yeah, Minella.
For me, Mom, first, I really trust my group mates, because I know that all of them are proactive and they listen very well, and all of them are smart actually in their own ways. So with that, just go with the flow, and of course, I feel a little bit rushed, because the preparations are just how many days? Or one day?
Just one day.
Like what we mentioned. And yes, we decided, come what may, whatever happens tomorrow, let's just have fun and trust ourselves. We prepared for this, at least a little.
Right. The ahon that you did, no? Is it a prototype that you had prepared, or can you reproduce it or something, or can you make some more?
Maybe.
Or
first we just
plan it out, an idea, and it's more of
soon,
designing, right?
Then maybe soon we can make a prototype, because it's a 6 months project
with grant.
Yes, I was about to ask that. So being champions, you are still expected to do more, no?
Yes.
Okay. So what is the next step then?
For us, the next step will be we were planning prototyping.
Yes,
and
planning to join boot camps first. We have to talk with different experts in the field, especially rescuers, since it's all about DRRM, and of course collaborate with more people in this project. It's really important
to help our idea to be to make
more feasible,
Yes,
yes, and doable.
So you are given something like 6 months, no,
Yes.
to work on it. So in other words, it's not like now we are champions, so
We're
hooray, no, we are champions. But there is much work
yes,
to be
it's
done.
a
no?
process.
Okay, yeah.
It's a big challenge again.
Yes, yes.
Especially we're all students.
Yes, I know. Yeah, so in other words, it's on top of the many school activities and
Yes.
lessons and other projects that you also have in school. But at the back of your mind, ladies, no, do you feel like fulfilled because now you have made a contribution, at least, no, in this little way, as students? Yet you have made a contribution to the community as far as reducing disaster is concerned.
Yes,
Minella.
ma'am. Of course. I feel proud somehow because as young as I am, I did not know that I can do this. It's also meeting with people who has different stories and knowing that there's a possibility that we can help others through our project.
Yeah, right. Did it help, Cyprian, that you really had a first-hand experience?
In innovating.
Sorry, with the disaster that you had experienced. Yeah.
Yes. So it's from that experience, I didn't expect that I will come up many ideas on how to save others and like that, and so many more ideas from that experience only.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's
Good that you
fulfilling.
mentioned. I had said that earlier, that good that you mentioned innovation, because Foundation University is now really big on innovation, ideation, no, or idea generation, and even other institutions of higher education are also big at this. But you know, you guys are really lucky to be able to participate in such an endeavor and really make a difference, so to speak, no? So while you were at in the few minutes that we have left for this segment, while you were at the contest proper, were you able to like exchange views and get feedback also from the experts? I think you said that some experts also talked to you, maybe they gave you ideas. In particular, will you be able to share it to our viewers? Minella.
So, one of the experts there are mostly our judges because they would ask us about how feasible is this? Is it really helpful to the community? And if you're going to make it true, like going on with the project, can we produce this? So, and how about the suppliers, the raw materials? That's their questions usually, ma'am. And we just answer them that like there's a possibility if we're going to dive deeper in this project, there's a big possibility.
And also the other youths, like the other competitors, they also have many questions about. They share ideas also for that our project, right? And they have so many ideas, wonderful ideas to share with us, and that's it. It's a very tough and challenging.
Yeah, we also consider their what do you call this?
Suggestions.
Suggestions, because some of them also experience that kind of disaster. So yes, we add it. We're going to work with that.
Yes. Well, of course, as you had mentioned, ladies, no, it's a process. But wow, you have a goal, no? At the end of 6 months, you have something that is going to be feasible. Hopefully, you have something that the community can be proud of or can make use of. And this is also something that we can all make use of, since we are a disaster-prone community or a country for that matter. But you know, I'm interested with the way you had come together, coming from different disciplines, and able to come up with with one, right? With one project. Yeah. So for your particular segment, ladies, perhaps you can maybe there are people who you would like to thank. Maybe you'd like to make a shout out to certain people, or perhaps invite your fellow youth, fellow students to also come up with something like this. Cyprian first, and then Minella.
Okay, first I would like to thank Mr. Cyril Mapua and Miss Vinny, and also I want to thank Sir Christopher Benang, my organic chemistry teacher, for introducing me the innovation and innovative ideas, and also to our dean and to all my cast family, and also to all my fellow youth. Like for now, all of your ideas will be considered. Like, it's a big help to others for what we will be experiencing. So don't be shy, just like me. I'm shy at first, but then some people will listen and consider your opinions for that. So for me, I will to all people, to all the youth, for the introverts also, like, please come out and share what your ideas to make it happen, to save better lives and for the better future.
Yes, thank you, Cyprian and Minella.
First, like Cyprian, I'd like to thank Mr. Cyril Mapua and Miss Vinnie for giving us the opportunity to join the different competitions. And yes, finally we're here, and hopefully we would be doing more. Continue na. And of course, to my CHM family, thank you so much, especially to Mr. Bendal for introducing me to this field, or to this kind of team, especially the workshop. Thank you so much, sir. And to my fellow students, hi guys, don't be shy to go out of your box. Don't be also shy to talk to other students here, knowing that you guys are from different departments, because who knows, maybe you're going to be the next one to be a part of our innovations team.
Yes, thank you very much, Minella and Cipriano. Congratulations once again, congratulations. Yeah, we will pause for a few reminders, friends, and iGreyhound will be right back.
Welcome to Foundation University, the home of the Greyhounds. Programs offered: become who you want to be with our state-of-the-art facilities. Conducive for learning. An eco-friendly environment. With friendly, reliable, and committed. Staff and faculty. Are you ready for an experience? Join us. Make a difference. Be a foundationite.
Yes, we're back once again on iGreyhound Friends, and we are being streamed live on the Facebook page of Foundation University, and we are also being telecast on Channel 6 of Filproducts TV-Dumaguete. And as we move on to our second segment, I will be introducing as well the other members of the champion team from Foundation University. Earlier, in our first segment, we had an all-ladies team, and this time, to complete the champions, there are 5 of them. We now have gentlemen with us. Yes, may I introduce them to all of you friends? Immediately to my left is a student from the School of Industrial Engineering and Technology in the person of Mr. Vincent J. Tinay. Yes, hello Vincent.
Hello ma'am, good evening everyone.
Yes, and beside Vincent here is a student from the College of Business Administration taking BS in Management Accounting in the person of Don Agustin Lapinig. Hi, Don.
Good evening, Ma'am Genove. Good evening, Foundation University, and good evening, College of Business Administration.
Yes, thank you very much, Don. And last but certainly not the least is a student from the College of Computer Science or Computer Studies in the person of Mr. Johnny Xavier Obar.
Hello, ma'am, and good evening, everyone.
Yes, so first and foremost, congratulations because you complete the team. No? I interviewed the 2 ladies and then here you are. So there are 5 of you in the team. So congratulations being the innovation champions. So you made Foundation University really proud of your achievement. But tell us, like what I asked the ladies, tell us how you came about with coming up with your project, coming together. Maybe we can make a reprise of what the ladies said, and then finally here you are, the dream team, so to speak. Yeah, Vincent first.
So we are totally like strangers at first, but thanks to the Idea Generation Challenge of the Innovation Department of Foundation University, we are able to meet different schoolmates from our university, and from that, we have been selected personally by the Innovation Department to come up with a team that will represent Foundation University into a bigger stage of innovation challenge.
Yes, yeah. So aren't you proud, no, Vincent? Really proud.
Yes, well, it's really a big opportunity for me, especially that I was just a transferee last year. This university, and I'm very thankful for the Foundation University for really giving me this such a big opportunity, and yeah, it's really worth it.
Yes, and you're in your junior year.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay, thank you very much. And then Dawn, how about Dawn? Management accounting, and this is
Yes,
your
ma'am.
last year, I suppose, or your
Yes,
4th
ma'am.
year? Yes, okay. Yeah, coming up with the project and then coming together. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So coming up with the project, as what Vincent said, we were all strangers. But personally, I know Vincent because we're from the same high school.
Okay.
But it's a big challenge for us because communicating with each other, since we are from different colleges, it's a big challenge because we don't know each other and we might end up with different ideas, but here we are champions from Foundation University.
Wow, great. Yes. And then for Mr. Obar, yes, from the College of Computer Studies, yes.
I guess it's really the same as everyone, ma'am. Like, we really started off strangers, though I really know some people here. But I guess this type of diversity is really kind of giving you, widening your horizons when it comes to ideas. Because me, I'm an information technology, so what we could think of, technology and application.
Yeah.
But I haven't really considered, let's say, for the other departments, like what one of our participants said, food waste management. I haven't considered that at all.
Okay.
And because of that ideas and their stories, it really helped me creating ideas with them, and this is the result.
Yes. You mentioned the word diversity, right? Yeah, and it's a I think it's an appropriate word, no, for us to use, especially that here you are, as you mentioned, coming from different disciplines. You started out as strangers, perhaps, and then I suppose you now have a bond among yourselves, no? Because
Definitely.
you have been meeting, you have been like brainstorming, and finally coming up with a project. Now, tell us, no, tell our viewers, in fact, for each one of you. You have one project, that's the project Ahon, okay? And the ladies actually earlier explained it to us, but perhaps you also have some points that you may add. But for Vincent, for example, being an industrial engineering student, what in particular were you able to contribute to the project in terms of ideas and also some things that you will be doing, because you'll be like doing this for the next 6 months?
As an industrial engineering student, we are really taught with our department heads and our teachers to really instill in us the principle of being an industrial engineering student, which is minimizing cost while maximizing productivity and efficiency. So I think what makes me a great part of this team is that I am that individual who will try to really value the cost and to make sure that our product is not just a product. It would really be efficient and would really help whatever industry or whatever community we want to help.
Yes, okay. And I think for industrial engineering students, yours is a systems approach,
Yes.
no? Yes, okay. Thank you very much, Vince. And then for Dawn, Vince already mentioned something like costing and so on. I suppose, would that be your contribution, if I may?
Yes, ma'am. What made me a big part of this project was also all about costing.
Yeah.
Since generating ideas and implementing it into a project will be really costly,
Yes.
and it would we would be considering the customers that we will buy our product. So in this project, I'm the one who will ask them, will this be feasible? Will this be affordable for the customers, for our customers? Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Of course, not being a management accounting student. So you have your own fields, no? You have your own
Yes,
contributions to the project. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, Dawn, yeah. And then for Mr. Omar, yes.
I guess
Johnny.
it is, considering that I am an IT student, people might ask like, he's an IT student, why is he here? But I believe what I have contributed in this project is my creativity and skills, practicality, because I'm a practical person who really thinks realistically at the same time trying to be creative. So combining them is really good. And as an IT student, you really need to innovate a lot of things, think a lot of things that could help a lot in this university, in this society, community. So I guess my contribution in here is, I guess, the ideas, the structure, and the design.
Yeah, and then the technology, I suppose,
Yes,
no, and the creativity as well. Yes. Did each one of you have something like a personal experience that you can relate with while you were preparing or while you were brainstorming for the project? Like, for example, your fellow team member had a first-hand experience in her hometown in Bais, no, when a typhoon struck. Because your project is a disaster
Risk reduction
disaster
management.
risk reduction. Yeah. Oh, how about for Vincent?
For me, ma'am, I haven't, fortunately, I haven't experienced such disastrous phenomenon since I came from Siquijor, and Siquijor haven't experienced that. And we're lucky that
You're lucky, yes.
we didn't experience that.
Yes,
But
yes.
what made me agree to this project is that it touched something in me that this project might help or might save a lot of lives in the future. So that's what made me really eager to make this project come into reality.
Yes, right. Although, of course, heaven forbid, no, we cannot like dissociate the fact that however it may be very fortunate for you, no, or favorable for you, maybe whatever, no, a disaster or something. No? So, in other words, there is really no guarantee for anything, but except for us to be prepared. Yes. Oh, thank you very much, Vince. And then for Dawn, yes, any like first-hand experience or anything that you may have gone through for you to be able to relate to your project?
Actually, ma'am, I haven't experienced such phenomena as well since also coming from Siquijor,
Oh,
St.
yes,
Vincent.
okay.
Luckily, we haven't experienced such phenomena. But I think, I believe rather, that what the team has generated is more on empathy
Yes, yes.
on the side of the first-hand
Right.
experience. Experienced it firsthand.
Yes, right. Yeah, empathy is like putting yourself, no,
Yeah,
in the
put-
shoes of other people. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. A good thing that you mentioned that, Dawn. No, how important, even if you may not have undergone,
Yes.
thankfully, fortunately, no, any phenomenon or maybe any disaster, heaven forbid. But how important is to, for us, no? I'm talking about this in a general sense, for us to be able to empathize, to survivors or to victims. What can we do, especially if we are able to empathize, Dawn?
What we can do, especially if we can empathize, is that we can do something to save people's lives. We can do better to save people's lives, and we can act on something to save people's lives.
Yes. And then perhaps maybe make them feel a little better, no? Oo. Not to condemn anybody or maybe put the blame on anyone, no? But make things a little easier for them because they have experienced a disaster. Yes, thank you very much, Don. Yeah, and how about for Mr. Omar?
I'm actually from Baguio, so I
Okay,
guess
yes.
floods are not though landslides are
Yes, it's a high place, no? Yeah, mountainous
Yes.
area.
I guess I can say that I am also an empathetic person.
Yes.
Just watching from the news, our
Yes,
news,
yes,
especially when it comes to disasters, I really can't help but feel the situation they are in. And while creating this topic, it really went into my mind when they said the story na, oh yeah, maybe we can help them this way. By doing this product, we can lessen their damages.
Yeah, you know, listening to all of you gentlemen, it's an interesting combination, huh? Here you are, Vince, and then Don, you come from Siquijor. It's an
Siquijor,
island, no?
yes.
Surrounded by a body of water. And then here is Mr. Omar from a mountainous area, Baguio. But still fortunate for you not to really have experienced
Yes.
like really like mind-boggling or like a death-defying like a phenomenon or disasters or anything. But in the course of your preparation for the project, in your brainstorming, no, because you come from different disciplines, right? But although you started out with your classmates in the same college,
Yes.
no, while you were participating in the Innovation or Idea Generation
Generation.
Forum, yes, Idea Generation Forum here at Foundation, no? Very recently. But then, as the ladies had mentioned earlier in the first segment or in the earlier segment, then you came to realize that you were regrouped or something like that. No, but I think it was all for the better. So,
Yes.
in your coming together, brainstorming, what occurred, especially that you were already exchanging ideas, were there like agreeing or something, or maybe a lot of disagreements or discussions, Vince?
There are a lot of suggestions.
Okay.
Really, we were like overthinking things.
Okay.
Like we're trying to trying to provide idea for every problem that we can think of. But luckily, we didn't come into like really conflict or like disagreeing things.
Yes, yes.
We tried to really understand each other's ideas, each other's suggestion, and then we try to come up. We try to combine these ideas to make a better one that is agreed by everybody.
Yes, okay. So in the end, you were able to like agree with one another. Yeah. How about for Dawn?
Yes, just before the competition, we were, just as Cyprian mentioned, we were meeting online. We were talking about our ideas, and we've generated a lot of ideas actually from air purifier, water filters from industries.
Okay.
Yeah. Super worms, worms eating garbages like that. But during the competition proper, we were shocked that we are focused on 3 key topics, which were education, health, and the RRM. So, in order to generate that idea, we first chose the RRM because it is a more focused topic focus topic because health is a more broad and education. And during that idea generation, each one of us we thought of an idea, we wrote it in a paper, and then we shared it with the team. That's why we came up with the Project Ahon.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. No? Again,
Yes.
it's a process. Okay,
Yes.
quite a long process, but in the end,
Yes.
it made you champions. No,
Yes,
yeah. How
ma'am.
about for Johnny?
Sorry, I
Yes.
just remembered really funny, but
Okay.
I guess say that I guess in our group, I'm really the talkative person with a lot of ideas. Like I say, hey, let's do this.
Yes,
No?
yes.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. So I really say a lot of things to them, like from air to waters to
Okay.
technologies to products. Like I really said a lot, but then the criteria really went late, and when we saw it, I'm like, all the ideas just crashed down, and they were like,
okay.
oh my gosh, we work so hard, we think so hard, and there on the spot.
Okay.
Like I guess 15 minutes left. We were
Wow.
like 15 minutes left. We were like, okay, let's just go for this.
Yes.
Let's just put this. Oh, how about making this better?
Okay,
This.
Yeah.
And that is how I guess it concluded.
But
to our
yes,
product.
right. But even then, it made you the top, no? It made you the
Exactly.
champions. Yes, okay. So in other words, you started out with an idea, but somehow probably it did not fall under the topics that
Yes.
were
Yes.
suggested or something like that, no? Can you imagine that? So it's like right on the spot, you overhauled your original idea, and then finally you have Project Ahon, no?
Yes, ma'am.
But while you were doing this here at Foundation, no, because that was the start, really, that was the precursor, idea generation, I wonder how you look at it now, no? Because not only is Foundation University big on idea generation and even innovation, but I think the entire academic arena, no, the entire country, no, and even in other countries, we have this so-called like innovating idea generation, coming up with something new, no, being a trailblazer. What goes on inside of you? Because here you are, young as you are, you are given this particular challenge. Vince.
I think it's really a big challenge and a huge responsibility, knowing that there are people who are waiting, or there are people who needs to be given help or given this kind of like innovation. But I think for me, it's just a matter of really kind of accepting the role, accepting the challenge of having this, and trying to make a use of this chance to really help others.
Yeah, that's really very noble, very laudable, no? Especially coming from you, being a student as well. Yeah, how about Dawn?
Being in idea generation, ma'am, is a really big responsibility, especially to us students. But thinking about the people who needs our help, who needs our idea to be saved, it's really like our empathy cannot be what do you call that?
Maybe you cannot substitute empathy with what you may not need to do.
Yes, ma'am. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so it's really also something that you can work on, no, while you are a student. Yes, as if you're not really saddled with a lot of deadlines,
Yes, ma'am.
schoolwork, exams, especially for those of you who are in your last year, like Dawn,
Yes,
last year
ma'am.
in college. Yeah, how about for Johnny?
I guess these competitions and the following in the future,
Yeah.
it really burns my passion goes wild, and my excitement.
Yeah.
Because my purpose in joining this is not really winning,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
rather learning to be
Yes,
able to create a better product that could help the people and this country.
Yeah.
Because we're really not focusing on what we can do, what we can get, but what we can give to the people,
Right,
to the
right,
community.
right, yeah. And listening to you guys, no, especially that your objectives also are truly laudable. I really salute you, no, young as you are, being students, you took up the challenge, no, even if you're really busy with your respective schedule. But now that you have finally gotten the championship, if we may call it as such, no, but there is still a big work that needs to be done, right? I understand that you need to have about 6 months, no, in preparation
ma'am.
for you to make a prototype and so on. So, what are you doing now in preparation for all of this? Vince first.
As of now, we're trying to really settle and strengthen our papers onto our project to really have this concise and precise objectives, purpose of this product, and we're trying also we're planning to visit the community we're trying to target with this product soon. Yeah, that's it for now. And since this idea generation or this competition was a big avenue for us because we are directly into the top 5 of those projects who will be judged again after 6 months of implementation in the national level.
Wow.
So for now, we're waiting for the other 4 contestants from around the country and we're waiting because I think the Positive Youth Development Network is trying to create a boot camp for us participants to strengthen or to improve our product.
Okay, so the other winners, you are the champion, but are there other winners all over the country?
There will be another selection for the remaining 4.
Okay.
Yes,
Why only 4? You mean 4 all over the country?
5, ma'am.
And then you're the 5th or something like that,
Yes.
no? Okay, and then so 4 more
Yes,
will be chosen or will be selected, no? Okay. So my gosh, no, it's exciting and at the same time nerve-wracking, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. How about for Dawn? Yes.
As of now, ma'am, we're trying to
Yeah.
communicate more on how to implement our product. We are, planning to go on to BAIS, right? BAIS,
Okay,
the community, the target community for our project. And we are trying to communicate on how to improve some things on our project as well.
Maybe through the boot camps, no, that you
Yes.
may be attending in the very near future. Yes. Okay. How about for Johnny?
As of now, we're actually planning on starting the plan of the flow since while waiting for the start really of the boot camps and all that, we're already starting our plans, drawing it out so that if ever it will start, it will go smoothly and much easier for us to follow through.
Yes. I know that your disciplines, the courses that you are taking, also need for you to do an internship. I know, for example, in the College of Computer Studies, you have something like a, how do you call it, internship or on-the-job training, but you also have a, there's a term that you call your particular project, a capstone.
Oh,
there you
yes,
are,
capstone.
a capstone project, no? But this is going to be different as far as you are concerned, Johnny. This one.
Yes, actually, capstone is, I think it's really different, but
Okay,
the idea is still there.
Yes.
The concept
okay.
is still there.
Yes.
Creating new things.
But perhaps a different one, no? So that it will not duplicate with what you are doing right now. Yes. For management accounting, you
Yes,
go
ma'am.
on an internship, I think, no?
Yes,
Or on the
ma'am.
job training.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
I was already done with my internship.
Okay.
I had my internship at Commission on Audit
Wow.
at
Okay.
what do you call that?
Here?
Provincial Satellite Auditing Office,
Okay,
Negros
yes.
Oriental.
Yes, very nice. Yes, because that's a requirement also, of course.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
for graduation. And then for Vince here.
Yes, we do also have capstone and feasibility studies in
Yes.
my 4th year, so that would be coming really soon.
Yes,
And
right.
Next
Oo.
summer, I would be having my OJT. So
Okay.
for now, yeah.
Yes, right. Yeah. So truly, this is going to be a busy year, no? And we had just started the new school year, but I'm pretty certain you guys, even the 2 ladies as well, who we interviewed earlier, are still going to enjoy the campus. Did you attend our acquaintance party
Yes,
and so
yes.
on? So you're combining both work, fun, and of course your classwork, and of course don't forget the fact that you are students first and foremost. Yeah.
Yes,
So with the few minutes that we have left, I know that you have been to a lot of preparation for this particular idea generation camp or something, or a forum. You met many people, and I'm pretty certain that you have people also to thank, especially in the course of your doing all of this. So you have the floor so that you can be allowed as well to really express your appreciation to them. First, Mr. Johnny.
Okay, first of all, I would really like to thank Sir Cyril Mapula and Ma'am Vinnie Lambayan for giving me this opportunity. If not for you, I will not be sitting here right now. I would really like to thank my family, of course, for the inspiration, and the students, and I guess the message that I can give to you, really, my fellow classmates, my fellow peers, and all of you out there watching. Fear is the only thing that's stopping you from being here right now. So do your best. So go for it.
Yeah, thank you very much, Johnny. You're also speaking to all of us, really. Yes, salamat. Thank you very much. Yeah, for Don.
Yes, first and foremost, I would like to thank Miss Vinnie Lambayan and Mr. Cyril Mapula for this wonderful opportunity that you gave to me, and also to the College of Business Administration for all the support that you gave to me. And one thing I would like to tell people who are watching right now is that don't deprive yourself from the best things you can achieve in life, and also sometimes we need to get out of our comfort zone to see what's waiting for us outside of it.
Yes.
That would be all.
Thank you. I am really learning from you guys. I'm listening to you. Huh? Look at that. Yes, of course, for Vince.
So again, I would like to really thank Mr. Cyril Mapula and Ms. Vinnie Grace Lambayan of the FU Innovation Department for choosing me and for believing in me and my team to represent the school in this such big platform of innovating things to help other people. I would also like to thank the School of Industrial Engineering and Technology headed by our Dean, Mr. Marlon Tanilon, Mama Rife, and Sir Clint for being very supportive to me and to this journey, and for being really open to all the recommendations about this project. And to my IE family, thank you, and I hope that in the future years you will be the one sitting here after me. Yes.
Wow, beautiful. Really an inspiration, guys, huh? So you are only, together with the two ladies, you're only five, huh? Of the population that we have here at Foundation University, who we are proud of, and who would still, of course, be bringing laurels and accolades to all of us. So congratulations once again, and Godspeed to all your endeavors. I cannot imagine what you will be doing in the next 6 months and so on, but I think with your determination, of course, and with your like the stamina that you have, the drive that you have, I think you will be able to reach places. Huh? So Godspeed, congratulations once again. So with that, friends, we bring to a close another episode of iGreyhound. We hope we can see you, of course, again in our next episode. Please do not forget our replays on Friday and Saturday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 3 in the afternoon. And we are also being streamed live on the Facebook page of Foundation University. Thank you very much once again to my stylist, Ms. Nicole Kalumpang, for my chic clothes on the show as always. This has been Cecile Genove bidding everyone a pleasant evening.